What is happening right now in America is not random. It is not organic. It is not politics as usual. It is a full-scale color revolution, an engineered uprising infiltrating institutions from within, designed to collapse the constitutional republic and replace it with a managed, compliant, centralized system. A color revolution is the modern method of overthrowing a nation without firing a shot. Coordinated propaganda, weaponized media, lawfare, staged chaos, economic sabotage, and the slow erosion of a nation's identity. It's what the intelligence agencies have used overseas for decades, and now it's being used here at home against the American people. And here's the irony. Everything they accuse MAGA of, an insurrection, a coup, a threat to democracy, is exactly what they are doing. The first rule to the corrupt: accuse your enemy of the very thing you are guilty of. They scream insurrection while they infiltrate the government, sabotage elections, weaponize justice, censor speech, and try to collapse the nation from within. They scream threat to democracy while they dismantle the foundations of the republic. They scream authoritarianism while they build a digital cage to track, monitor, restrict, and manipulate every aspect of human life. That's why the 6 senators broke ranks. That's why the political class is in mutiny. They want a civil war, or at least the perception of one. They want chaos. They want fear. They want division. Because division is the keystone to the color revolution. But the keystone of defeating it is the military, the constitutional defenders, the last line of the protection for the republic. The plan to save the world is the plan to stop the color revolution. It is the plan to expose the infiltration, defeat the insurgency, break the coup, and restore sovereignty to the people. This is a revelation and a revolution for freedom, a revolution for truth, a revolution for the soul of a nation that is being stolen 1 inch at a time. Because whether people see it or not, whether they feel it or not, we are in the fight for our freedom, a real one. Most don't even know it's happening. Their rights are being stripped away 1 chip at a time. Digital ID, censorship, surveillance, programmable currency, social credit systems, the slow boiling of a nation until it can no longer remember what freedom even feels like. And what is the end game? A transhuman population, merge with machines, merge with networks, merge with frequencies, a population that is trackable, programmable, and ultimately controllable. Because everything in this world is frequency. Everything is vibration. Everything is resonance. We shape reality with our voices, our conversations, our unity, and that terrifies them. That's why they censor. That's why they isolate. That's why they want you locked inside devices that listen more than they communicate. Technology is a weapon. Weather is a weapon. Energy is a weapon. Frequency is a weapon. If this realm is built on frequency, if sound shapes matter, then the ones hoarding the ancient knowledge have been using that power against humanity for thousands of years. They know what HAARP is. They know what microwaves can do. They know how to manipulate storms, droughts, and natural disasters. They know the secret technologies, the ones hidden for centuries, locked away by elites, handed down by civilizations far older and far more advanced than the official story admits. So ask the real questions. Are we living in a prison world, a realm beneath a realm, a domain inside a firmament where we're not allowed to question. Are there realms beyond the ice wall? Are there civilizations beyond our own? Is the so-called Galactic Federation not extraterrestrial, but extraterritorial, extra-realm? Because water is the key. Water above, water below. Firmaments layered like lenses, a flat plane powered by 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, and ether. Energy, God, Polaris, the prime conductor of frequency, the internal axis around which all cycles revolve. We are not floating in infinite darkness. We are standing in an infinite plane of possibility. And we, humanity, are the battery. Our consciousness powers the realm. Our frequency shapes the world. Together, we generate reality. And the further out you travel on this realm, the bigger, older, and more advanced the civilizations become. That's why the ice wall is guarded. That's why Antarctica Treaty exists. That's why climate change hysteria is used as an excuse for global control. Because the truth beyond the barrier would collapse their entire system. Pandemics, wars, famines, these are population management tools. The elites view us as ants, disposable, replaceable, expendable. But what they always forget is this: we are the ants, but there are more of us. The grasshoppers only rule because the ants don't realize their strength. We are not powerless. We are not small. We are not trapped unless we choose to be. We must demand freedom. We must reclaim sovereignty. We must understand the cage before we break the cage. This is the Great Awakening. This is the real revolution. This is the moment humanity stops whispering and starts speaking in the frequency of truth. World Patriot Radio, where the ants rise, where the matrix breaks, where history meets revelation.